You guys hear me okay? Hey, you guys can hear me okay? Good. All right, right on. So, listen, I've kind of made a point of saying that this has been my wife's birthday weekend, and her birthday was yesterday. But you know what? This is so unfair for her, and I feel so terribly, terribly, horribly for her. I don't know what to say about it, but yeah, and I encourage you guys to chat with each other too, man, because this isn't this stream is just so we can sit there and shoot the breeze a little bit. I'm not going to do any music right now. I just wanted to maybe give you guys a little something to do while you're watching the news and everything that's going on, and it's been yeah, thanks, B-Rag. I'll shoot that to her as soon as we're done here. Yeah, you know what? I got to be honest with you guys. Somebody said something about doing the super chat. I am not real good with this shit. So, where is the super chat? I'm trying to find it here. See if I can. It's, I don't know, man. Yeah, thanks, Dave. And Steven, yeah, I know. And I was gonna try to set that up here, but I didn't have a whole lot of time. And to be honest with you, I just wanted to kind of get on here and see how everybody's doing. You know, and share a few stories with you. Today, for example, I went to Publix, and if you don't know Publix, I think it's a regional company somewhat, but it's anarchy out there. So basically, I walked inside. First thing I did, of course, was I was looking for toilet paper, bathroom tissue. That sounds better. Toilet paper and paper towels were my primary reasons for going, and then to see what else I could pick up too. What's up, Whiskey? And I'll check on this here in a few minutes, guys. But I just want to make sure I get through this story. So there's an aisle down. It's around the middle of the store that carries paper towels, toilet paper, paper plates, toothpicks, and whatnot. And we're okay on toilet paper. We're not really stretched right now because I buy all my toilet paper and garbage bags and all this stuff on Amazon. It's cheaper because you need to buy in not great bulk, but in bulk. And so I looked down the aisle, and it was empty. But this guy comes walking up with one of those pull cart things, you know, that on the rollers, and it had paper towels on it. And out of the two things between toilet paper and paper towels, we were probably lowest on the paper towels. Well, they were this green company, Greenwise, I think, something like that, that the paper towels were made by, and they were a 3-pack, and they were super thin. But I grabbed them anyway, just in case we run out. I'm sure you guys have probably looked on Amazon, and there are no paper towels to be found. There's no toilet paper to be found. And even the bathrooms down here, and if you don't know, I'm in South Florida, even the bathrooms down here are not stocking or able to restock their bathroom with toilet paper, because as soon as they put it in there, people steal it. Now, you got those ones with the one ply and the rolls are this fucking big around, and so at any rate, so I get down the aisle and I see the paper towels there. There were probably about 5 or 6 3-packs when I got back there. So I was able to grab one, but it's one per customer. There's a lot of things in the store that are just one per customer. And that's because all of the fuckheads that on eBay selling 4-packs for $30 and things like that. But so I made my way around the store. My wife wanted me to pick up some reduced fat Jif. They didn't have any, of course. They had no peanut butter at all. They had some of the single serving ones. And I picked up some coffee and some canned fruit, which I was surprised they had because they were out the other day. So I picked up some canned fruit and stuff. And so just for shits and gigs, I went back to the middle of the store where that aisle is, and I happened to look down, and this guy was wheeling a cart out, and it had toilet paper on it. And so this lady, and I'm telling you, if she was less than 80, I'd kiss your ass. I'm telling you, she was an old lady. Just pushed my cart out of the way, knocked into my cart, and made her way down there. Now, by the time she got down there, there were at least 10 people, and he had just wheeled it out. There were at least 10 people back there. They had one 48 roll pack, and of course she snags it. And, and it just immediately hit me in the head, that old saying, nice guys finish last, So, but I rolled with it. They did have the 12 packs. So I was able to get one of those. And when I got it, I got the last one. And then they had some 4 packs of, because we use Cottonelle, and they had Cottonelle. And they had Angel Soft. They had 4 packs of Angel Soft, and there were 4 of those left. When I turned around to walk back out, it took me 5 minutes to get through all of the people that were congregating in this aisle, and nobody could get toilet paper. And I hear these people say they've been out for 3 days, and I mean, it's just a nightmare, man. And so as I get past the aisle, I see somebody, to that old lady that crashed into me, I see somebody trying to take it out of her cart. Well, Dirty's not going to let that happen, right? So even though she fucked me up, I walked over to the dude. It was a big dude, man. And I walked over to him. I said, dude, you're not doing that, man. I said, just put the shit back. It's not happening. Just put it back. And surprisingly, he just kind of looked down and walked away. But, I mean, he went right to her cart and snatched it out of her fucking cart, man. I have hopes for humanity. I know there are people like us out there, but I'm wondering how many are left, man. I really do. I'm going to read some of these here. Brad Olson. Yeah. It's insane. I'm telling you, there's no toilet paper down here. There's none. Yeah, said Zeppelin said he had this. He's in South Florida and he had the same thing at Sam's Club happen. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Hey, Duff is here. I love Duff. He's a good dude. Yeah, Brad, I saw that. I'm just really just here to kind of bullshit with people. Give you guys something to do. I don't really want to talk about requests and all that stuff right now, but rest assured we are going to be getting back to doing some, and there's a lot that I've got to get to, but I've been discovering some new music lately that has just really, it's been life altering, man. And primarily, Nako. man, oh man, it just makes you think, and it's funny because after I left the grocery store today, I would make my way back home and I was listening to a Nako song and I'm like, I wish we could just make people listen to this, for 5 minutes before you head to the grocery store and try to snatch some old lady's toilet paper out of her cart, but at any rate, no, it's cool. It's cool, Brad. Yeah. Thanks, Luis. Somebody made a comment to me because I was making some observations about some of my favorite artists, and he said that I left out Pac. I think he was trying to do some kind of gotcha thing or something. I don't know what. I'm like, dude, I got a poster of him sitting over my shoulder. Come on, man. Give me a break. So yeah, I love Pac, man. Pac was a Nako of his time, right? It was more hardcore, yeah, but that's because that's the life he was living, and that's what he was seeing. He was reporting on what he saw, and nobody reported on what he saw like Pac. Nobody told a story like Pac. Now, Kendrick Lamar, he's kind of a modern day Pac, so, but, wow. Did you guys read what Dave Northwater just said? Jesus. And that makes a lot of sense why, companies as big as Amazon can't even get their hands on it. But I will tell you, because I check it all the time, because we're not out, but we're not swimming in it either, meaning toilet paper. And I go to Amazon every day, and I mean, not every day, every hour, and I check, just keep checking. And once in a while, you'll see toilet paper on there, and it'll be sold by a third party. And yeah, it's priced higher, but I mean, it's better than not having any, I guess. But as soon as you put it in your cart and you go to check out, it's gone. It's crazy. And then you go on eBay, they've got toilet paper on there, but I mean, they're just, these are the idiots that went out there and bought it all up from Walmart and Sam's Club, and now they're trying to make a buck. For me, I cannot wrap my head around that logic. If I were to go buy a 48 roll of toilet paper, double roll, whatever, and the last thought on my mind is to buy 10 of them so I can sell it on eBay. My mind just doesn't work that way. And it's probably why I'm so fucking poor, because I would be a terrible businessman. I would, because my mind just doesn't operate that way. I think about my family. I want to make sure we're going to survive, so I'm going to get what I can get from my family. Believe that. But outside of that, the idea of making a buck while there are people that have none, and it's ironically, it's the people that have none that can't afford to spend the $30 you're trying to charge for a 4-pack. These fucking people, man. Yeah. Just Ellie. So you may not have heard me say this, but I did, by the way, real quick, I did hear somebody at Publix say that what they're doing is they have a semi-abundance of paper towels, and they're using a hacksaw, and they're cutting the rolls in half to use as toilet paper. But hey, what's up, everybody? I appreciate it. So yeah, but when you go to the bathrooms now, even McDonald's or Speedway gas station or Racetrack gas station, Cumberland Farms, whatever gas stations, none of them have toilet paper. None of them. And I talked to someone and I said, man, you guys have no toilet paper back there. And I didn't have to use the restroom for that reason, but I noticed. And they said, yeah, we're out because everybody stole it. They were literally taking the giant wheel of toilet paper off of the thing. And I think you need a key for some of them. So I'm guessing some people broke the fucking mechanism to hold it. I don't know, man. Said. Oh, man. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, that's what we do, right? That's what we do here. We talk facts, and this is the kind of thing that happens in the world. You know, we were just watching the other night. We were watching 28 Days Later. You know, and I remember when that movie first came out, I thought to myself, well, that would never happen. It's happening. It's bringing out the absolute worst in humanity. Tyson, right? Believe me, I'm on lockdown on this house. My wife, fortunately, she works for a really good company, and what they're doing is they're rotating 2 weeks for all employees throughout the entire company. I don't want to mention the company because I don't want to get my wife in trouble or anything, but they're rotating them. So they're working 2 weeks and they're off for 2 weeks. And what happens is it allows the bank, yeah, well, it is a bank. I already mentioned that. It allows the banks to remain open, but they're only open in the drive-through. But it allows people to be home for 2 weeks at a time, because a lot of these parents, their kids are at home, you know, and nobody can afford to put especially if they're working for a bank, you know, in a branch, they don't make money. Now the higher ends do, of course, but the people working in the branches, they don't make enough money to spend. And then on top of that, now it's to the point to where even the daycares are closed, you know, so you got to do something. You got to figure it out. So fortunately, the bank she works for did do that. And even when they're offered those 2 weeks, they're paying them their full salary, which I think is really cool, unexpected. Yeah, said I have plenty of all of that you just mentioned. I was able to kind of secure and procure some canned foods and non-perishable stuff, so we haven't even come close to dipping into that. Fortunately, right now, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are doing it too, is, you know, DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats and all that. They're still rolling. So, and take care of those people, man. Give them a decent tip. You know, they're working their asses off out there right now, and they're risking themselves. We ordered Outback last night because it was my wife's birthday. We couldn't take her out, so we ordered Outback in. But they have a no touch policy now. So basically you just tip them over the phone, and they're not making you sign the paper, and then they drop your food in front of your door, walk away, and then you open up the door to get it. And I get it, man. I have no problem with that. But these guys are out there risking their lives to deliver food, you know, so give them a few extra bucks if you can, you know. You know what? K Styles asked me if I watched Contagion, and it's funny because last night, or a couple nights ago when we watched 28 Days, I thought it was on Netflix, 28 Days Later. And I was like, oh shit, it's not on here anymore. So then I checked Hulu, and it was on Hulu. But I did Contagion pulled up on there, and so we're probably gonna watch that this weekend. I mean, let's face it, man. B-Rag, do you live in Australia? Oh, I see. Okay, I get it now. Okay. um We have a good time here, right? But so yeah, we'll probably watch Contagion this weekend because I think that's what most people are going to be doing is doing a lot of Netflix, man. But I got to spend a lot of time with my wife this weekend because, and that's why I was planning on just stockpiling some videos and then just unleashing them over the weekend on Patreon and releasing a few on YouTube as well. So just to kind of give you guys something to do. And that was my premise behind that. Yeah, we got, okay. Oh, you're from Washington. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not stockpiled on ammo. All I have is, my wife has a 380 and I have a 40 cal, but it's a sub 40. So it's still pretty compact for a 40 cal. And I've got, like 8 boxes of 40 cal and 4 boxes of 380s. It's enough, man. I don't need to have, cases of the shit. So, I just bought it for self-defense anyway. I mean, I'm just protecting my house and protecting my own, Okay, yeah. You know what, B-Rag? I have not got into the XFL. Is that still going on? Right on, Duff. Right on to that. Is the yeah, Tyson, I agree. I don't want to use it. That's the last thing in the world I want to have to do. That's my last go-to. I could take care of myself and my family without them, but if it ever does get to that point, I'm covered. I like to make sure my family's safe. Okay, I thought that XFL because and I'll tell you why I know is because on DraftKings, I play DraftKings a lot, and the only thing that's on there is soccer. And if anybody's watching from overseas, I mean football, don't get all crazy on me. Okay. So a player got COVID-19. Yeah, and it sucks, man, because I've told you guys I'm a huge hockey fan. I got that the last year Joe Louis Arena was open in Detroit, and now they got Little Caesars Arena. Little Caesars Arena is a mecca, beautiful facility, but I miss the Joe. I love the Joe. It stunk. There was so many. Thanks, Tyson. Appreciate it, brother. There were so many memories at Joe Louis for me personally. So I saw not just hockey games, concerts, man, tons of concerts there. I saw Rush there. Oh my God, man, 10 times probably. But yeah, and we want to talk some UFC. But I'll get to that in a second. If I get off track, which is easy for me to do, just remind me, bring me back to the UFC stuff. But yeah, as far as sports goes, I know Dana White. I was just talking to my son about this yesterday. I know Dana White is pressing and trying to get these fights going and all of that stuff. But in my opinion, he better be careful, because if one of these fighters gets coronavirus and gets sick from it and everything else shut down, and he was pressing forward like he is right now with everything, I think he's very liable. So, and I know they got deep pockets. Who owns that WME thing? I think it's Belarus. Wow, right on. Public Enemies from Belarus. Wow. Belarus, excuse me. But, I mean, you got to put your thinking cap on here, man. So, but Khabib Ferguson. All right. So, do I want Khabib to lose? In the worst way possible. And you know why? It's not because I hate Khabib. It's because I love pandemonium. I love anarchy. And I'll tell you what, man, that would turn the world on its head, man, if Khabib lost. Do I think Tony Ferguson can do it? I think out of anybody, Tony Ferguson is the only person that can do it. And let me give you an example. I have UFC Fight Pass, okay? And obviously lately I've been watching a lot of UFC Fight Pass. And I watched an old fight of Nick Diaz versus the natural born killer, Carlos Condit, one of my all-time favorites. And the reason few people can beat Nick Diaz is because they've got gas tanks. And especially Nick Diaz in his prime. Okay, let's get that straight. He's no longer in his prime, him nor Nate. But the reason Carlos Condit was able to win that fight is because of his gas tank. Now, it helps that he trains in that high altitude in Albuquerque. But so goes the same issue that you have with Khabib. You better have a gas tank for days. And, yeah, I mean, there's just, oh, right on. Jiggy Flacco from Germany, right on. I love when we reach overseas, man. That just makes me so happy. You know, for the same reason, white people and black people and Latinos and everybody else, we have to kind of communicate. We also have to communicate across international waters too, in my opinion. But Sid, yeah, California Kid. I really have a lot of respect for him. He was never like my favorite fighter. I didn't dislike him at all. But I did like TJ Dillashaw. I didn't like him at all. Michael, what's up, brother? So, okay, Midnight Blue, what's coming this weekend, Dirty? So I'm not going to tell you. But I understand, you guys that are only on YouTube, understand something here. And you can ask, there are several people in here from Patreon. Michael and Sed Zeppelin, Duff, these guys are they're on Patreon, and they can attest. I just posted something the other day just to show you guys. I have so many copyright issues. I don't know what the fuck it is with YouTube and me, but for some reason they don't like me. Okay. And I constantly deal with copyright stuff. So then when a new artist goes on there, I can't post on them anymore because I get copyrights. And now it used to be 5. Now you get 3. Okay. And granted, Big D, what's up, man? There's another patron. And so when that person goes on that list, I can no longer post something from that person on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm going to get another strike. They're going to shut my channel down. So I have to be really careful about what, Michael, he's right. It's $2.99 a month. And I know not everybody has it, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. I promise you I do. But, Tyson, are you referring to the new Music to Be Murdered By? And it is on Patreon. And Eminem is one of those people that I have got to be very careful of when I post it on YouTube. I got to be really careful because understand this. So I have a backlog of videos. I don't know. You guys can look. I don't know how many videos. I wouldn't even be able to guess it. But what happens is, so I just posted one on Patreon. I showed everybody a screen grab of the fact that I got another copyright strike, and it was for Immortal Technique, for example. Okay. So what's going to happen now is I have several from Immortal Technique. I believe I have several. I know I have several on Patreon. I believe we have several on YouTube though as well. So ultimately what's going to happen is those are going to get copyright strikes too. So it's by the artist. It's not a particular song normally. So when I get a copyright strike on an artist, what ends up happening is then whatever artist that was, then another song will come in, get a copyright strike. And that can happen. If I got more than a few from that artist, I'm in trouble. So I have to be really, really careful. What's up, man? So thanks, Tyson. Appreciate it. I really do. You know, you guys, you know, this, I was talking to Michael earlier today. Okay. We were bullshitting and the Patreon has a private message thing. If you're on Patreon, you can hit me up private message any time of the day, and you can ask anybody. I'm always accessible, and I always respond to everybody in the private message. But anyway, I was bullshitting with Michael earlier, and I just lost my train of thought. What were we talking about, Michael, earlier? Do you remember? Hang on 1 second, guys. Let me scroll back through here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, this is what happens to Dirty, because I'm fucking. Yeah, stop using that word. I'm an idiot. So, but at any rate, there are so many full lengths up over there that I just can't post. And M is one of those. I got to be really careful with M. So, yeah. And I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is, because there are other channels out there. I see them post the same fucking video and it's up. And for some reason, mine gets taken down and I get a copyright strike. It drives me nuts, man. I swear to God, YouTube has got it in for me. I don't know if they don't like the beard or what. I don't know what the deal is, man. So, Bubblegum Kush, one of my favorites. I love Bubblegum Kush. And so here's the thing. I got this one here, which is just regular, but I have Bubblegum Kush right in here right now as we speak, but also it's a bubblegum flavoring. So it's fucking awesome, man. Okay, Duff, very good question. So, if you guys don't know, I have another channel. It's what I started originally as a backup channel in case I get into trouble here, right? Well, it's called MBD Reacts. So it's pretty similar. And what we do over there is primarily comedy stuff, right? And so not only do I've never gotten a copyright strike on comedy stuff. Believe it or not, I'd say half of them I actually are still monetized, which is shocking to me. I mean, there's no money in it, but we only have like 3,500 people subscribing over there, so there's no money in it. But surprisingly enough, I'm actually able to monetize them, about half of them. But yeah, so if you guys want me to do more of the comedy stuff over there, just hit me up. I started a new segment, and I'm actually going to be posting 2 tonight. And Tyson, The Chronic may be my favorite ever. But the Machiavelli, I don't know, man. Yeah. Anyway, so we started this new thing over there. It's called Make Me Laugh. Okay. And what it is you guys can give me a video to watch, and the idea is to make the guy laughs more than anybody in the world try to laugh. I made it through a Bill Burr bit. I forget somebody posted they wanted me to do Bill Burr. Trying to think of the title. It was about a dog, about a pit bull or something. Or I forget. But and I actually held up, man. I made it all the way through the video without laughing. Okay. Guys, I'm never going to see this. I got too much going on in my life to see this. So if you want me to react to something, just go to the MBD Reacts channel. Look under a Make Me Laugh episode. I think I have 2 posted from like a week and a half ago, or almost 2 weeks ago now. No, I did them last week. Yeah. So just go in there and don't put the link in there because it'll get blocked. I won't see it. But put the title of the exact thing so I can just copy and paste the title when I search for it on YouTube. So he said Mike Epps. K-Styles said to do Mike Epps. Just go over there and put in Mike Epps talks about going to the grocery store. Whatever the exact title is, just copy and paste it and put it in there, and I'll be able to search for it like that. And we'll just I'm down to do that if you guys want to keep that going. To Pimp a Butterfly? That's top 5, man. That's got to be top 5. If not, it's 5 or 6. Now I got to tell you, some of the we over on Patreon we did the Carter. I forget what numbers they are. We did mixtapes. Some of those mixtapes, man, or there was one mixtape. It's mind-blowing, man. Lil Wayne, before I got into this, I heard of Lil Wayne because my second oldest son is a Lil Wayne fan. And I remember him showing me a couple songs, but I was tuning it out, to be honest with you. I mean, because I wasn't into rap at all. But I listened to that whole thing, and it's fucking mind-blowing, man. Hey, what's up, brother? Lil Wayne reminds me so much of I'm not gonna say that. I always get shit when I say that. You know, sometimes you just can't talk, man, without people getting upset. But he's so fucking deep, man, and everything is layered so well. And then, you know, he'll say something and it'll refer back to the line before, and just, oh my God, man, guy is unbelievable. With that said, we did the funeral. I think it's just called Funeral. And that was okay for me. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't Lil Wayne to me. It just wasn't that same thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the way I feel. No Ceilings is one of them, B-Rag. That's one of them that we did. And yeah, Mamma Mia video. Okay. Yeah, I know. I said that he's on Patreon. He knows, and he's saying that because I kind of went on and on about it. I did the Drought 3. We did mixtape, Carter 3, but well, I can't say anything. But stay tuned. Not this weekend, but something's coming here within the next week and a half. We got a Patreon, a PayPal me request that's going to be coming very soon. Denmark, Jimmy, right on, man. Love to reach across the waters, man. Love it. $50 Disco Inferno? Wow, that sounds interesting. Michael, I'm not going to say it. Um, K Styles, I wouldn't call it trash personally, but it was just like this over refined thing. It was just, I didn't feel like Lil Wayne's thumbprints were on it. That's just the way I feel. I just didn't see his thumbprints on it anywhere, his fingerprints anywhere on it. I don't know. Disco Inferno, 50 Cent. Yeah, we haven't. I know we haven't done that. But you know what? My playlist is so fucking long. I remember, and it's been a long time since this has happened, probably 6-8 months. But I remember there was a couple times when Twitter Tuesday was still pretty active, and the reason, by the way, Twitter Tuesday, and Patreon Thursday, it's just because I had to reorganize some things in my life, and so stuff during the week is gonna be a little tougher for me to accomplish on a regular basis. I'm trying to do it when I can, but now you got shit like we got going on in the world right now that okay. I get this question a lot. B-Rag asked, do you category your playlist when there's a song that you like? So, okay, here's the deal. What I do is it depends on how much I like the song, first of all. Okay? Now, if I really really love the song, like instantly, like Gorillas, was Gorillas in the Mist, from Ice Cube, or I'm sorry, the Lynch Mob. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, man. And I was so pissed off at you guys for not sending that to me sooner. But I actually, at the same time, I'm so happy because it's another one of those that just kind of got lost in the shuffle that Dirty never heard. And now, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh my God, man, I love that song. But so let's take that for example. Now I have a hip hop playlist, a rap playlist, a country playlist, which is still pretty thin. And then I have one that I call Earth. What do I call it? Earth and something, and which is obviously Trevor and Nako, Bob Marley, stuff like that. So if I really, really love a song, it will be on one of those playlists as well as the artist playlist. Okay. And I have a heavy metal playlist, and I title it New Stuff, and then I put HM. So I know that it's heavy metal that I didn't hear before doing this channel. And then if it's a song that I'm like, I really like it, but it's not something that I want to hear consecutively, then I will just put it in that artist folder. Does that make sense to you guys? Nate Dogg. I Need a Light. Is that a video? Is that the name of the song? I Need a Light. Yeah. Truth be told, Michael, you're right. But I mean, there have been a couple songs. But then you know what? I'll tell you this too, and I don't remember which songs are which right now. But I've also gotten the question: have any of the songs that you put on the playlist come off? Yes, they have. I don't remember off the top of my head any of them, but to be honest with you, most of those have been heavy metal songs. Because This is kind of flying by here. Conway is my guy. Yeah, I know, Duff. It's funny when I said that, when I said it was a little thin, I almost said to Duff's chagrin. But Duff always, every time Duff sends me something, it's a song that makes my country list. Whenever the reason I brought up the Conway thing when Michael said something and now Jimmy just said something is because I don't know how many people out there watch Family Guy, but Conway has become a bit of a staple in Family Guy. They always show these old videos of Conway. So you did, yeah, yeah, okay, I do remember that, yeah. But I mean, come on, 99% of them, right? But yeah, Conway, they always show old footage of Conway, and he's got that old country style haircut. And oh man. But one thing that this channel has done is it's really allowed me to kind of open my eyes to a new world, and it's not just music, it's just changed my perspective on a great many things, So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna bus camp here. My wife has called up to me here a couple times, so it's her birthday weekend. So, see, she gets birthday weekend, and I get birthday month. So at least I can. Oh, Conway the Machine, the rapper. Oh, okay. But anyway, so it's birthday weekend for her. I get birthday month, which is bullshit. It's actually more like a week. But hey, this was actually helpful to me, guys. I was kind of getting stir crazy. Oh, that's what it was. That's what I was talking to Michael about earlier. I have personally been struggling, because we're down here in South Florida. It's myself, my wife, and one of my daughters. And it kind of sucks, man. We're down here by ourselves, and we've got a couple friends and stuff like that, but they're not lifelong friends or anything like that. And and I promise you guys, I'm going to read through some of these comments when I get done here, and I'll read them later and see what I can pull out. I'll skim through them and see. But yeah, so this has been, so I told Michael I was probably going to go live just for my own sanity, just to bullshit with you guys a little bit and try to remain as connected as I can to the world. And hopefully it helped you guys out a little bit, kill an hour of your day or whatever, and however long we've been on. And I love you guys, man. I really do. And you guys have been part of this whole wheel that's been in motion for the past year plus, almost year and a few months, I think. Yeah. Oh, you guys. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you here. I'll see you this weekend. And we got a kind of a pretty decent thing going on here on Patreon, and I will try to get some stuff up on YouTube. All right. Metal Biker Dude, peace. It's not peacing. There we go. Peace.